Before we get started, I just wanted to deliver a quick message to you guys, and we are all here to learn something today, but in the back of our minds, there's always the turmoil of everything that's going on today. So on that note, I just wanted to remind you to be kind to each other. It can be extremely difficult dealing with the consistently changing environment around us and constant chaos going on in the world today. And we can often feel helpless and out of control with our current reality. But being kind to one another is something you're always in control of. So going into this week, doing whatever you do, I just want to challenge you to commit an act of kindness for someone you may or may not know. I've been getting a lot of questions lately over how I actually color grade my log footage. So today I wanted to make a short video over how I turn a really flat, decontrasted image into a really high contrasty piece of art with little to no effort. Before we start on this wonderful journey, I just wanted to let you guys know that this isn't typically the way I edit my footage, but it can be an easy alternative to a beginner who wants to turn log footage into a really nice looking image while taking advantage of that extra dynamic range. If you find that this content provides you with any kind of value, do please drop a like down below and comment to be featured in an upcoming Q&A video. These comments can be really anything about cameras, editing, life. I mean, you can even send me comments about your dogs. I don't even care. Just comment down below to be featured in an upcoming Q&A video. And another thing, I've noticed that over 85% of everybody that watches my video is not subscribed to the channel. So if you guys would like to drop a sub to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. And it would really help me to be able to keep making this content for you guys. So without further ado, let's hop right into the edit and let me show you guys how to simply turn log footage into crispy high contrast. Okay, so starting off right out of the gate, I do edit in Adobe Premiere Pro. I think this is the standard across the entire industry. Pretty common. The other common video editing softwares would be DaVinci Resolve and Final Cut Pro. But yeah, so as you can see, I have two clips here, one 60 frames, one 24 frames, and we're just gonna interpret both of these as one. So we're gonna set these to 23.976 and press OK. And then we're gonna drag these into our timeline. And I'm gonna separate these out to make it a little bit easier and delete the audio from both because I don't really need that. It has nothing to do with color grading. And so the first thing I like to do is click on your project box up here and press right click, press new item, adjustment layer, and make sure it's the same resolution of your video. My video, of course, is 4K. So I'm gonna drag that adjustment layer on top of my footage and drag it out. So now that adjustment layer is actually on top of the footage. And the very first thing I like to do with this clip, and this is something that is super easy for beginners. I don't do this as often, but if I need to get it done really quick for a YouTube video or whatever, I'll drop a Fujifilm over in this creative tab. There is a Fuji Eterna, and this just gives it kind of a little bit of a less flat look. So there you go. It gives it just a little bit more color, a little bit more substance to this video. I'm gonna drag this out so you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. But yeah, so from here, I really like this clip. I think that this water needs to be just a little bit more blue as it's really cold, the snow, the ice and everything. I just want to come over here to the creative tab and take the tint balance under base correction and just drag that temperature ever so slightly to the left. So that gives it a super like blue cold feeling. And then from there, I just want to start adjusting things as I see fit. So here I want to really bring the whites up. I want to create more contrast in the image. So I'm going to take the whites, I'm going to drag these up a little bit. And then I'm going to take the shadows and drag these down just a little bit more to give it more of that cinematic look and that cinematic feel, to give it just a little bit more contrast. And honestly, you could stop right here. This is actually a pretty good stopping place for most people. This image looks really good. Let's just play this back. So yeah, I think I like that. That looked really cinematic. If you wanted to say, make it a little bit more happy and make it look like it was done at sunset or sunrise, you could drag this up and you get a really warm image. Of course, that's horrible right there. I would probably, you know, boost the blues in this image a little bit more. I think that's almost just a little bit too warm, but something like that makes it look like it was done early morning or a late night. And yeah, so you can kind of just play with this look however you see fit, but I think I like it right about there. And I might even just bring these highlights up just a little bit more, and then bring the blacks down just a tad bit as well, just to create a little bit more of a contrasty image. I kind of like the way that looks right there, so I'm gonna leave that clip right where it stands. And so let's go over to our other clip. Again, this is gonna be a really quick video. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new adjustment layer, like we said before, same resolution, and drag that on top of my footage. I want to find a good stopping place where there's not as much motion going on. So I'm going to stop like right here. Of course, I'm going to drag this adjustment layer across the footage. And first things first, I'm going to go to creative here, add this stock Fuji LUT Zaterna, and that just gives it a lot more contrast to the image. And then under base correction, I'm going to drag the blacks down to really give that contrasty look to my jacket. My skin tones honestly look pretty good here. I don't need to change much more about it. I'm going to go ahead and drag the shadows down a little bit more. And then I'm going to drag the whites up and the highlights up just a little bit more to really give it that contrast and that pop. I might even bring it a little bit to the colder side, just to really emphasize how cold it was outside during that moment. And then from there, you can really take it whatever direction you want. You can add a little bit of saturation to really get those skin tones to pop, or the leaves in the background. Of course, you're not doing any masking or any type of thing like that when you are a beginner. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset this to 100. And I would probably be pretty happy with this image, honestly. It really has a lot of contrast, it has a lot of depth, it makes it look cold outside, and my skin tones look good as well. So that's your little quick tutorial. This is like a super simple edit, a super simple way of, you know, color correcting this footage without having to do it how we would do it in a professional shoot, with going in and doing masks and color correcting each individual color within the spectrum. But yeah, this gives you guys a super simple way of taking this footage from a flat log footage and turning it into fully color, contrasty, pop, crispy image. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If, again, you like this content, drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.